think I just got a notification, so I think we are live. Let's double check. Yes, I believe we are. Okay, so hello everybody out there in YouTube land. Thank you very much for joining us today. So it is Sam with The Blind Life, and then I am very excited to have with me Matt and Corey from Blind To Billionaire. Hey guys. Can you guys hear me all right?
Uh-oh.
Oh no. What did I do that they can't hear me now? Hold on.
No.
Let's see. Don't do anything, guys. Don't hang up on me.
I don't know what to do.
Corey will see it here in a second when she's watching
Is it playing
the live stream. Hello everybody in here. I'm gonna figure out why they can't hear us. And
hey Sam.
Yep, I can hear you. I can hear you,
Our
but you can't
connection
hear me.
isn't the greatest. We can't hear you very well.
Okay.
I don't know. Hey Sam, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Let me see if I can fix this.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, I got that. It should be. Let's see.
The bird's coming through loud and clear.
You guys can't hear me, even though you can hear the birds? Hey guys, can you hear me? Uh-oh, okay. Just a second. Just 1 second.
Hey Sam, not sure if you can hear us, but we cannot hear you at all.
Yeah, okay. Technical difficulties. We're going to get this figured out. So I am going to get rid of them here for a second. So they are gone. Let's bring them right back. Bear with us, guys. Sorry, this is first time. So YouTube changed the way they do collaboration live streams. It used to be so easy, and now it's not.
Do that on live TV.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
No, I don't know.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Are we live on your?
Let me see.
No, they can't hear me. So they're gone. Let's bring them right back. Now they're listening to it. I can hear you guys. If I can't figure this out, I'm going to. We will do the FaceTime thing. So just hang on just a second.
End this call up here.
Don't end it yet. Don't end it. They ended it. That's okay. That's all right. We'll figure that out. Yes. Okay. Sorry, everybody that's watching this. We're going to get it here. We're going to figure it out. So how are you guys doing? How's everybody doing out there? Yum, yum, yum. I'll check the chat here while they're looking, trying to figure it out. Can you guys in the chat room hear me? How about that? Let me know if you can hear me. We're having a lot of problems here.
Are you not live?
Oh, I'm live, but people couldn't hear Matt and Corey, so you guys are on there. I don't know if you want to be.
I promoted you on my Instagram.
Well, thanks. Yes, good. Okay, you guys can hear me. So Matt and Corey hopefully will call back. If not, we're going to try and get them on FaceTime, and that will work. Maybe I can just hold it up like this the whole time. Hey guys.
Hey, you know what? You sound really good right now to us. We just could not hear you.
Yeah, as soon as I started the live stream, it cut out. It's something. For some reason, the microphone didn't copy over. So here they are, everybody. I told you. I told you they were going to be here.
Yeah, Matt Blind To
So,
Billionaire's video.
hold on, let me see.
Voiceover off.
Let me turn that off, and then. Well, they're not on the iPad. For some reason, it didn't go through to the iPad. Probably because I don't have Matt's number on the iPad. Okay, anyway, we're going to get started.
Oh, yeah, there we are.
Yeah,
Picture of us. We're right. There
I'll,
we are.
I'll just hold you guys up like this the whole time. So everybody can see you guys. There you are.
We can give it like a TV tray and something we can prop it up if we need to.
Okay, let's do that quickly. Let me call you guys back from my iPad, and then we're going to get you propped up with a bigger screen. How about that?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you guys hang up on me if you don't mind. Okay, guys, sorry. Bear with us for just a second. We're going to get this taken care of. We'll be right back. It's just, I'm not going to be able to get all of us in the shot at the same time. Oh, that's probably not good. Yeah, actually, here. Could you, I'll do that. Could you call them? Matt Blind Billionaire. And do a FaceTime. For some reason it didn't answer. You go ahead and call him. Okay. Okay, we're getting them. Bring in my guests. All right, thank you. There they are. Oh, in case you can't see them, let's turn this. And you're not going to be able to see me, but you'll be able to see them at least. There they are.
Here, I can make it higher so you guys are nice.
Yeah, if you can't make it higher, that'd be great. Okay, this will work fine. All right.
There you go. And there in the bottom screen, and
I'm-
you scoot over just a little bit. Yeah, if you're like there.
It'll be better to bring them over so I can get close to the camera or to the computer. Can you come over here and angle it? I can't reach and do it at the same time.
Like, how do you want me to angle it?
Try and get me in there too. And we can bring this closer. Okay.
You guys are both in there right now.
All right. We'll get this. Okay, we're good. There, yeah, that's better. Okay, thanks guys. Oh, look at that. I had it turned, didn't have it all the way in. Now we can even angle it a little more this way. Oh, no, this way. There.
Oh,
And it's
this might.
angled.
The flurry? Yeah. Yes.
All right, I screwed it up. Can you tilt it down just a little bit?
Is that good? Or you want it down low?
A little more. I know it is. There. Now, yeah, turn it back that way and tilt it a little bit because it's at an angle and that my OCD won't let me live with that. Okay, we're just going to go with that. Okay, thanks, guys. Now, is this turned up all the way? Volume-wise? Okay. Matt, say something for me.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yes, that's perfect.
Perfect.
Well, hopefully they can hear you. I didn't think about that.
I think it should be able to.
Okay, well, whenever we get to that point, Corey, take and see if you guys can hear you talking.
Okay. Let's see here. I will try and get this going to make sure that I see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Oh, here.
I'm actually going to...
Matt, say some more stuff so that I can tell.
Hey, I think we are live now. If you can hear us. Anybody hear us?
Yeah. And I have taken the microphone off and put it down right in front of both of us, so hopefully that will be good enough.
Okay.
Okay. So, we're only 10 minutes late here. Our little technical difficulties. Okay.
I can hear them on my phone.
Okay. Rach said she can hear you on her phone, so that
Okay.
I think we're going to be good. We're just going to go for it.
Perfect.
We-
Great.
We can ask people in the chat room, let us know if everything sounds okay and all that.
It looks like everybody's saying that you can all good. I can hear.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it's fine.
Good.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, Nyla. Sorry, Nyla.
Okay, so before we get started, what we are doing here today, guys, is that so there's a very popular show, I guess, or idea going through YouTube where celebrities will answer the internet's most Googled questions about them. So, you know, Tom Cruise, it'll be, you put in Tom Cruise, and then Google puts in, it auto-fills in the most Googled completions to that sentence. So I did that with blindness terms. And I thought it would be funny to go through and kind of address these, answer these. Some of them aren't really questions, but and I thought this was a perfect idea to have a guest on, my guest here. I kind of feel like a talk show host because I'm sitting here and you guys are sitting next to me, and so I reached out to Matt and Corey and asked if they would want to be on the show doing that, and they, I hope, thought it was a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this sounds like a lot of fun. We're excited to get into it.
Well, good. So, real quick, Corey, do you want to give any like shout outs to say hi to people that might be in here?
Yes, definitely. The first person who wrote was VSXG Modzy. Hi.
Wow.
We've got EXP Music Tech Studios, 10,000 Steps, Chelsea Stark, Dark Queen, Miss Dorita, Austin Beetle, Karen Mack, Kim Lackey, Through the Eyes of Abby, Katrina Huff. Oh, I said it right. Holly Knight, Blind Kelly, Miss Open Eyes Live, Sarah Barth, let's see here, The Nerdy Lady, Blind Traveler, hi.
Hello.
I think I said Kim Lackey just a second ago, Scott Marlowe.
Yep.
Peanut Queerin,
Well, good.
Boogie Barbecue,
Yeah.
Blind Q, and Lover's Lamp.
Awesome.
And
Thanks
Bob.
everyone for being
Thank
here.
you.
This is cool. This
Yeah,
is
yeah. A lot of familiar names there. So thank you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's get into it. So, like I said, what I did was I went into Google and I just typed in blindness is, and then I copied down some of the auto-filled responses that it had. And I have them here. Let's see if this works, hopefully. I'm going to click that, and here's our first. I've got some slides. I try to be a little professional, despite what happened earlier. So, the first one I did was, how do blind people blink? And I wrote in, like I said, or I copied down the top results. So the first one was drive. Apparently that is the most requested or most Googled question for how do blind people blink. So, number one is most of us do not, right? We do not. Not all of us, obviously. You know,
You shouldn't.
or you shouldn't. Yeah, some of us do, but we really shouldn't. But if anybody's wondering, yeah, you know, you can, if you're legally blind, or visually impaired, you can drive up to a certain acuity level. I think it's 2200. With assistance, you can take part in the bioptic driving program, where you get fitted with these binocular glasses, and you can use those to drive. My brother-in-law does that, and it's been great for him. Matt and Corey, do you guys have anything to add to that one?
Yeah, I just think that's such a funny question because, first of all, you would think if you're typing in how do blind people drive, just common knowledge would tell you, well, they probably shouldn't or are not driving, right?
Right.
But it's so funny when I tell people, like, I'm blind or visually impaired, whatever I say, you can't believe, like, you wouldn't believe how many people ask, like, oh, so do you drive then? And it's like, you're asking that. But no, I guess if you were asking this question in like 10 years when there's self-driving cars, I feel like the question would be a little bit more feasible. But right now, I just feel like it's kind of a silly question.
Yeah. That will be the answer in a couple years. Self-driving cars. That's how we drive. Yeah. I went to a store once and I got dropped off and I was returning an item and I went in and the lady wanted me to fill out some paperwork and I said, I can't see well enough to do that, and she said, "Oh my goodness, I hope you didn't drive here."
Right.
It's like, I can see well enough to drive, I just can't write on your little piece of paper.
Yeah.
So, okay, the next one, which is how do blind people read? So, Matt, you want to take this one?
Yeah, again, that's another question that I get all the time, especially here on YouTube with the channel that we have and everything. So many people reach out to me asking, how do you read these comments? And it's kind of funny because it's just like you realize we have smartphones and there's so much technology, but I just think that the majority of people don't actually realize like all the accessibility features that our smartphones have now.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, as a person like me that I literally cannot see any text of any kind, I use like text
to speech.
Text to speech, yeah. On my iPhone, and literally just everything is read to me. So I can read books like on Kindle, where I basically just go in there and VoiceOver on my iPhone will just read the entire book to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually don't physically do any reading with my eyes, but rather I use the technology to let the technology actually do the reading for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Braille. Some blind people can read print, if it's raised. I've seen some really amazing blind people that can read print typed out on a piece of paper because their fingers are so sensitive they can feel just the imprint that the typewriter made, or the printer made. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, and that used to read like with inverted colors. So because of RP, it worked better if like there was white letters with a black background.
Right.
That was how you could read.
Yeah. So for many years, when my vision was pretty bad, but yet it was still good enough that I could see, I just inverted the colors on my computer, and it was all blacked out except for the white text, and I could read just fine like that. But unfortunately, that doesn't work for me anymore.
Yeah, that's very popular for a lot of low vision, especially mine, macular degeneration. We really like the inverted colors.
Right.
So, okay, back to the slide. So the next one is how do people know when they stop wiping?
Oh gosh.
How do,
Do you want to sit down?
um, I don't know. That's a tricky one. I love that that was the third most Googled question for how do blind people know when to stop wiping. Okay. That's a funny one. I don't know. Maybe just go until you just be extra thorough.
Yeah. My strategy is I like to FaceTime Corey and
Oh, okay.
I like to snap a few pictures, put them all on Facebook.
You just walk out with your pants down around your ankles. Does this look okay? Did I do a good job? Yeah.
I know.
I can't believe people have actually asked that, but I've had, I don't know, a handful of people ask that in comment sections on videos. It's like, I never even know what to say to people. I just kind of laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know that was such a question people wanted to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the slide here. So the next one is I wrote. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I had that backwards. I can't low vision. I can't read either. The first one was actually dream, not drive.
Okay.
Oh, dream.
Drive was number 4. So dream. How do blind people dream? That is a very popular question. I remember Tommy Edison made several videos about that back in the day. So for me, I do have a lot of decent vision left, so I just dream like regular. Although in my dreams, I'm often not visually impaired. Like I can see, I can drive, but then again, it's like dreams are so bizarre. It's like I'm not blind, but in the dream, it's understood that I'm blind.
Yeah.
And you were there, but you were there, John, but it wasn't you, John, and just.
Yeah, dreams are really interesting.
Yeah. So actually, this is a good one for you, Matt. So you used to have vision, but you don't anymore. So I'm assuming you still dream visually, right?
Yeah, it's so interesting because for the first like 27-ish years of my life, my vision was pretty good. And what's interesting now is when I dream in like vivid images and colors.
Yeah.
So I typically don't remember my dreams, but I specifically remember my dream from last night, and I can picture the people's faces in the dream like perfectly. Like you were saying, I'm not visually impaired in my dreams, but like you said, it's like it's somewhat implied or like it's understood.
Yeah.
But yet it's so interesting because I see everything so crystal clear in my dreams. It's almost weird to wake up and be like, oh wait, I guess I really can't see that now.
Now, I have a question with you just saying that you saw people's faces.
Yeah.
Were they people that you used to be able to see, or like people like me who you're like made up?
No, it's actually not. It's people that I know that are currently like in our lives, but I met them after my vision has declined to the point that I can no longer see faces. So it's more like an image that I think they look like in my mind. So that's kind of the image that I have of them in my dream was just like my made up image, which who knows if it's accurate or not, but that's just what I saw in my dream. But to me, it was very vivid.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've got a friend who lost his sight at age 6. So he has, and he's in his mid-20s now, but he has those frame of reference for items, for objects and things like that. So he said, if he dreams about a cat, it'll be just this random, obscure image of a cat. It's not like my cat, it's not his cat. It's just what he remembers a cat looks like.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably similar to that. It's the impression of that item or whatever. Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is use the internet. How do blind people use the internet?
Mm-hmm.
So, same way as your phone. We have all kinds of accessibility now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So for me, it's like going back to the question of how do I read? Well, basically, I just rely on my technology, and I can go on the internet through my phone. I basically use my phone for everything now.
Right.
And I just go on the phone. Everything is read to me through VoiceOver on the iPhone, and I can navigate the internet. I don't know. It's not perfect, but it's pretty efficient the way that I do it.
Right. Yeah, I've seen some people who are completely blind, and especially the ones that have been blind since birth, they are amazing on their phones. Like just zooming all around, it's just pretty impressive actually.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty cool.
yeah. And then the final one was tell time. How do blind people tell time?
Yeah.
We
Do you want me to start, or do you want to go ahead?
we feel it in the ground like a Native American, right? We can judge. No. Yeah, go ahead.
So you feel it in the ground. I actually look up at the sun.
Oh.
Actually, what's kind of funny is Corey could probably say that, but yeah, a lot of times if I'm outside and I'm trying to guess what time it is, I'll look kind of where the sun is and be like, oh, it's probably like 2:33 right now.
Yeah. You do that.
He's like really good at guessing,
Yeah.
but you have other things too.
But yeah, otherwise, again, I just rely on technology. I mean,
Yeah.
Alexa.
yeah, Alexa's one. I have a talking watch. That's another one. My iPhone. I mean, it's always with me. Simply
You have
asking
the
somebody.
one that the Bradley that
Yeah.
Elon watch.
The Bradley watch. I don't know if I made a video about it maybe like a year ago, but it's a tactile watch that has like 2 ball bearings
Yeah.
that spin around, and you can actually just feel the face of it and see where the minute and hour hand are, and you can tell time that way. So
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, and talking alarm clocks, OK Google, Siri, I mean, all of that. It's pretty easy to tell time these days. Ask somebody nearby.
yeah, exactly.
So, okay, so that was the first one. So that was how do blind people. How about before we go on to the next one, we will see if there's any questions or anything. Corey, you're up?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
see here. People are saying, let's see here. I don't know if anyone has any questions, but, people, okay, I'm just going to get back to the wiping one because there's been some funny confusion in the comments.
Okay.
People thought that we were talking about wiping off countertops.
Ah, no.
Which actually, the thing is like, and you guys mentioned this the other day on your live stream, too, is you just use, like, extra caution just in general. Like, if you think you probably made crumbs when you're making a sandwich, you just automatically wipe off the counter when
Right.
there's crumbs. It's just the way you do,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think that kind of is a thing. Let me see if anyone's having a question.
and actually, real quick, while you're looking, on that note, Matt, you did a video a while ago about how to find something, right? Well, you did it on the floor, but I think you did it on the countertop too, where you kind of did this systematic looking for something, and you could definitely use that for cleaning as well, just to make sure you hit every surface of the counter.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's one of the first things that my O&M instructor taught me. Actually, my very first session, we were just doing some things around the house, and he taught me those searching methods, and
right.
they actually are really helpful. I never even thought of it, especially the one like that I was demonstrating on the floor, just taking my cane and basically like on my hands and knees, taking and swiping across the floor. So I'm covering like literally like a 5-foot swath at a time.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool method to find something.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting there poking around like I usually do.
Right. Yeah. So.
It kind of helps too if Matt has a technique for finding things. Like if I give him a cup of water or I do certain things, I set something in front of him, he'll always ask like where it is. And now, I kind of set things in a very specific way. But if he has some responsibility in finding them and not just like, oh, I put it in the wrong spot, I think it kind of, don't we think it kind of helps with some of that like responsibility?
Yeah.
It's like if he can search for it safer, then it doesn't matter quite as much where I put something because you can find it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think helps like relationships.
Okay, and getting off topic here, I'm just curious, Corey, do you ever like just move it ever so slightly to the left or something? He takes a drink and he puts his drink down, and you just kind of slide it a little bit out of the way. Like,
I don't do that. We were on a cruise once, and there was a guy at our table who was very, very helpful, and he would every time the waiter would put the water glass down, he would put it in a certain spot. And then the guy would move it too, like, because he thought he was helping that. But really, there were so many people moving the water glass that Matt was like, I don't even know where my water is. And it was funny because he kept like moving it to be helpful, but honestly, it was like super not helpful.
Right.
But with good intention.
No, definitely good intentions, yeah.
that's funny. Okay.
Yeah, the people are really enjoying the questions. 20 minutes of accuracy.
Wow.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, good. All right, well, should we head on to the second one here?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so slide number 2. So this one is, why do blind people blink? So I just changed it up a little bit and got a bunch of other responses here. So the first one is, wear sunglasses. That's a pretty common question. Why do blind people wear sunglasses? Matt, what do you think?
It's actually bringing this up. I just made a video about this a couple weeks ago, but what I talked about in the video is a lot of us have light sensitivity, otherwise known as photophobia, and that's the main reason that I wear sunglasses. And I think a lot of other people that I connected with as well is our eyes are just very sensitive to light. So I think that's the main reason. Another one could be in some situations, some people have like nystagmus, where our eyes are always moving or twitching or involuntary movement. So a lot of people could be self-conscious about that.
Yeah.
And I think it's just so much easier to throw glasses on than to have than just be walking around and maybe being self-conscious or having people ask about it.
Right. Yeah, that was going to be my thing is the light sensitivity, and then just the self-consciousness about the way your eyes, like you said, either move or the way they look.
Yeah.
For me personally, I don't have any central vision, so I'm always looking off to the side of whatever I'm looking at. So whenever I'm talking to somebody, I all the time I get they do the look over the shoulder to see what I'm looking at, and I've had to be like, no, I know, I'm looking at you. It looks like I'm looking over there, but I'm really looking at you. So to avoid that, sometimes I'll just wear sunglasses, to avoid that whole situation. But right, okay. So the next one is, and I love this one. Why do blind people rock? Because we do. That's why. Because we're awesome.
I actually don't have a good answer for that. I don't think that I do that. Maybe Corey can answer that, but I don't think I do the rocking thing.
I thought you meant like rock, like why do blind people rock? Like why are blind people so cool?
Yeah, well, that's the way I'm taking it. But no, I think it does mean the rocking back and forth.
You know what though? That's interesting though that Matt said about the rocking back and forth. Didn't we just talk to somebody about that?
I feel like we just talked to somebody about that.
We just talked to somebody on our channel about that, or we watched a video that somebody made about that. It's like oh shoot.
Well, someone suggested making a video about it, and I said, you know what? To be honest with you, I'm not qualified to answer that because I don't know, and I don't think I do it.
Right.
No, you don't. But it's like a sensory coping mechanism that some blind people will do. They'll like either rock or do certain things.
Yeah.
But I didn't totally understand. Honestly, the video was not something that Matt did, so we couldn't really speak to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tends to be people that were born blind, and I think you're right. It's a sensory thing. I went to school for the blind, and a lot of kids did it there. It's like you said, yeah. It's either the rocking or they have other things. They fiddle with their hands. They fidget. A lot of people will mess with their eyes, and it's a constant problem. In fact, trainers that are working with blind kids, that's one of the things they have to keep reminding them: stop messing with your eyes, stop messing with your eyes, because they'll rub their eyes a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't like you said, Matt. I don't know for sure, but I would assume it's a sensory thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next one is have white eyes. Why do blind people have white eyes?
What are they talking about?
White.
I know. I don't understand what that is.
Like cataracts, the eyes get clouded over, and I think it's more of a. Let me go back to the stream here so you guys can see everybody. There you go. I think it's kind of a Hollywood stereotype, that they always depict blind people having the whited out eyes, and it's just some eye conditions cause it. Like cataracts. Anarrhybia, and how does it pronounce? Anarrhybia, something like that. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I honestly don't have an answer for it other than like what you were saying is the cataract thing. But what's interesting about the white eyes, I've never seen it in humans, but I've seen it in dogs a lot. You ever seen that in a dog? Like dogs have like cloudy eyes, like older dogs. I've seen that a lot in older dogs.
and I think it's just cataracts. I think that's the main reason.
I think so.
But I really think it's a lot to do with the way Hollywood depicts blind people having those white eyes. Okay.
The nerdy lady said she's seen blind people with black eyes.
Oh, interesting.
I've never seen that, but that's kind of interesting too. You know?
Yeah, I wonder what causes that.
I don't know.
Huh. Okay, and then the final one is why do blind people's eyes shake or twitch? And we've already kind of touched on that, or Matt, you did.
Yeah, I think just nystagmus, right?
Yep, nystagmus. I don't know why you think that, but that's.
Yeah, I'm not really sure like what causes it, or I think a lot of people maybe who are blind or visually impaired have it, but just in varying degrees.
Yeah.
I know one instance a few years ago. I was at the ophthalmologist, and they were. I don't know if you have this done, Sam, but they dilate my eyes, and then you have to put your chin on this little rest, and you have to look at this little light. And they're like, okay, start the light, and then they take pictures of your retinas or your eyes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I was trying to do that, and she's like, you need to look at the light. And I was like, I'm trying. Like, my eyes don't stay still that long.
I know.
But she was kind of like, it was kind of weird because she kept saying, like, you need to stop, like, moving your eyes. And it's like, well, you know, I'm doing my best here. I'm trying to look at the light. First of all, I can barely see the light. Second of all, my eyes just involuntarily move like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that test because I don't have any central vision. It's impossible for me to look at that light, you know.
Yeah.
And so then I will constantly, my eyes will start to drift so that I can actually find where the light is. And then yeah, she yells at me too. Like, come on, you should be used to this. You work at an eye doctor's office.
You'd think so. Yeah, you'd think so.
Okay, so that was it for those. That set of questions. So Corey, what do you got? Do you have anything?
Let's see here. I'm sorry, I'm butchering the name here. Agus Baya Berber. People with, I'm trying here. People with nystagmus have to do it, find the null point sometimes. Let's see here.
Oh.
Nicole Wheatley hates that test where you have to put your hand, rest on your chin.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, this person said that the nerdy lady said that the vision loss was caused by a tumor, losing the color in her eyes, I think. So that's kind of interesting.
Really?
Oh, okay.
That's different,
Yeah, it is.
I'd be interested in was it both eyes or just one?
Oh,
It
that's
was
interesting.
black. She's talking about the black eyes, right?
Yeah. People think that the white eyes are a cartoon stereotype.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, people, the rocking back and forth. Katrina Huff said that she thought that maybe they were talking about musicians, like, if you think of like Steve Wonder or Ray Charles,
Yeah.
how they kind of like when they're like doing their thing.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's like, well, is it because they're a musician though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's two different things.
Now that you
Yeah.
mention that, it's like I can picture Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are some of the things people have kind of mentioned.
Okay. Well, let's jump to my last little set of questions here, and then I think you guys have some. So,
Yeah.
So this final one, I just put in blindness. Blindness is blank, 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 blank. And some of these responses were pretty good. So blindness is caused by, and then so I guess that's it. Lots of things. It's probably easier to say what blindness is not caused by, rather than what it is caused by. And then I can probably hear you. And sorry, my wife said something funny. So one thing I went to a conference once, and they had some doctors, neurologists up there, and they talked about how the vast majority of blindness is actually caused from something going on in the brain, something not having to do with the eyeball itself at all. It's what happens after the eyeball, because the eyes is just the lens, and all the information gets sent into the brain. So that's where a lot of it can go wrong and cause the eyes not to work. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, then this one is cool. Blindness is bliss.
I guess, depending on the situation.
Yeah, I guess so.
When I walk into the locker room at the gym, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, there you go.
Or the steam, or even worse, the steam room.
That's a perfect example. Yeah.
Yeah, until I walk into a wet body.
All right, TMI, Matt.
You're really going.
I'm kidding, I don't go in there.
The next one is a little nod to our buddy Juan with JC5 Productions. It says blindness is a spectrum.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's cool that Juan's got in there, got on the list.
I know.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's like a really good Google search term. That's
Right.
awesome.
He's famous.
So, you know what? I actually think he did a really good job in that video. Just having everybody share their perspective of low vision, because I think it's so easy for everybody to think like there's a one-size-fits-all for blindness. Everybody who is blind sees XYZ or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think in that video it really displays how you're absolutely correct that blindness definitely is a spectrum, and all of us, although all of us are visually impaired, all of us see something very, very different, but
Right.
yet similar at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I should also mention that there's a great lady up in Canada named Libby Thaw who runs the Checkered Eye program. She actually has a website called Blindness is a Spectrum. It's a fantastic website. Everybody should go check that out too. So, okay, and the next one, maybe some people feel this way, but blindness is a curse.
Yeah, I guess you could feel that way. I guess I don't really feel that way. Maybe initially,
Yeah.
when maybe like I was diagnosed with RP, and later on as my vision depleted more. But I don't know. In a lot of ways, I feel like without this, obviously we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't have the channel. We wouldn't have the opportunity to connect with so many amazing people. So
Yeah.
I feel like at the same time, it's also offered a ton of opportunities.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's a
I also think that, with Matt, being blind, it provides other people in his life kind of like an opportunity to be better people by being aware that everybody's not the same, and it allows random strangers to have the opportunity to open a door or show extra kindness. And I don't know, we've talked about that a little bit, just the opportunities that it's created for us to kind of see the goodness in people in a way that we wouldn't have otherwise seen that.
Yeah, that's so true. It's a good point.
That's something that we feel kind of strongly about.
Yeah, it brings out the empathy in others, and I think, and your family members. I know both of my kids are probably more empathetic to others because they've grown up with a disabled parent.
Yeah.
So okay.
Exactly. A perfect example would that be if someone is in this community, walk outside without your cane and see how people react to you, and then grab your cane and go walk outside again. You'll get totally different reactions from people.
Yeah, it is, and it's a shame that it is, but it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Checkered Eye project, she's on here.
Oh.
Said thanks.
Oh, Libby Thaw is in the chat room here with us.
Okay.
Cool.
Libby
Very cool.
Libby Thaw of the Checkered Eye program. You guys go check that out, everybody. Actually, Libby, I just had a comment the other day. Somebody saying that they wish they had a symbol in. I'll have to double check where it was. It was another country, but for low vision. They said they have a symbol for blindness, but not for low vision. And I said, well, there's the Checkered Eye. Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
So the final, or two more. This one I don't get at all, but it says blindness is a social construct. I'm like, Okay.
Maybe Rachel should answer that one. She seemed to get a kick out of it.
Yeah, she liked that one.
It's just stupid.
It's so bizarre, yeah.
People say like gender is a social construct, but like blindness, no, it's like
No,
it's legit, it's there.
it's an actual thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll skip that one.
And I also don't know how the word social could really be used to describe a person being blind. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the most social of things that you could have.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, and then the final one, which is my favorite, it says blindness is not a disability.
Yeah. I don't even know what you'd say about that. I mean,
I mean, technically it is, but I think it's all part of your attitude. If you
yeah.
let it be, then it's gonna be. If you don't let it be, then it doesn't have to be.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the thing. I guess if you look at it on paper, from the aspect of like, I don't know, it's like the government, I was going to say.
Yeah.
I guess it's disability, but I don't know. You can let it be a disability, but I guess I don't look at it that way.
Yeah.
But that's my personal perspective.
Yeah, I guess I didn't. I remember like when I was dating Matt, and I knew he was low vision. He was really blind, but I knew that he could see. I didn't really think about it as a disability, and then at some point, like I don't know, a while later, something came up about like being married to like a disabled person, and I was, which I know that's not even the way you're supposed to say it, and it was like, oh, I've never really even thought about that. Like it didn't. Like it was like, oh, I've never really thought about what it was like to be married to a person with a disability. And since then, we've like made videos about it, but that I just have never thought of it that way. So it's kind of weird, actually.
We were on a website and they were talking about the website does a lot. They do different sites for different health conditions, and they have one for macular degeneration, and they had a lot of things referencing caregivers. And I was like, we're gonna have to change that. Like I mean, I care for Sam, but I don't care for Sam. Like, he wipes his own butt, Like, I'm not his caregiver. Like that
Right.
kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like an equal partnership.
Right.
That's just not. I know, like, I don't like that.
No.
Yeah.
I would say Matt and I are equally each other's caregivers.
Yeah.
Like he equally gives me care, and I equally give him care.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like Derek's term of sighted supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that a lot, actually.
It fits. It fits perfectly.
No.
Okay, so that is all I had.
Okay.
You want to see if anybody's got any questions or anything before we jump into yours?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, somebody donated. Thank you very much. Oh, the nerdy lady.
Very cool.
That's very cool. Thank you.
I meant to say, too, that if any donations, I will make sure that Blind to Billionaire gets half as well. I will share them gladly.
Let's see here. Zara Pelfrey says that my vision loss does not define me or control what I am able to do, and not do other than I'm not driving. And I think that that's good.
Yet.
And then Boogie Woogie Barbecue said that my wife is my service human, LOL.
Ah,
I've
yeah.
been there. I have been there, actually. I think it's easy to be sort of the excited guy.
Going back to Zara's comment, just like a side note on that, is, yeah, all of us may have low vision. We may have limitations like driving, participating in sports, things like that. But the limitations that we have, I guarantee you we can excel in other areas. Like for me, I might not be able to get in my car and go drive around somewhere, but I guarantee you if I went outside, I could go run for multiple miles, and I can go to the gym and work out probably harder than most people. I mean, so like, with my limitations, like I have limitations in some areas, but in other areas, I can probably whip people in other places. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, everybody has limitations. Even if you're fully sighted, you might have limitations in all these other areas. So, I guess just however you look at it.
Mm-hmm. And we've kind of talked about that too a little bit with like, a lot of people always, it seems like a lot of people have questions about like dating and meeting people.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the things that we try and tell people is, be honest about your vision, as honest as you're comfortable being, but remember that there's so many things more to you.
Sorry.
And that's okay. There's like just so much more to you than your vision loss. Like tell people about like, let the interesting things about you, what you like to do, your hobbies, your hopes and dreams, not just like, hey, I've got this vision loss problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like that a lot.
And I like that because at the end of the day, it's not our vision loss that defines us. It's but like, what is your personality? What do you love doing? Tell us more about what really makes up the person we call, Sam, or like, what I mean? Like, what really makes you up as a person, not your vision loss.
Yeah, it's just a component.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have other questions?
Consult the Blind Guy wanted to know, Sam, does the smart oven work with? Oh shoot, I just got away from this. Does the smart oven work with Echo without Wi-Fi?
No. Well, no. I that's a good question. I don't know. But I would assume not. I don't think the Echo would work itself without Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah. I haven't tried, but I would assume no.
Lisa B is interested in your pup, wanting to know pup, the camera.
Miss Willow? I don't know. Willow, come here. She might be outside. I think they let her out, but I got
That's okay.
little Jack Russell.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
If she comes back, I'll bring her up. Go ahead.
Okay. Blind Toes says 2 toes up, Matt, Sam, and Corey.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Actually, this is interesting. Seeing blind grow in our society makes it more debilitating than the actual condition, in my opinion.
So true, Cindy.
Yeah.
I actually think that that's really a very keen statement.
Yeah, it's getting better. The social stigmas of blindness and disability in general. It's a lot better than it used to be, but we still got a long way to go.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. I'm just going to kind of scroll through. Nicole Weasley said that it just gives you a challenge in life, and that's true. It's just another challenge, you know. The nerdy lady says that we're not defined by our disability.
Look, it gives us a challenge, but at the same time, it gives us an opportunity to grow. Grow as in, I can't even tell you how much I've learned in the last couple of months from my own instruction. Just different ways to look at the world and how to navigate safely, not only as a blind person, but how just to navigate a street and a town safely. It's unbelievable how much I've learned just how to navigate just a normal city, just in a safe manner, and like how to get from point A to point B in the most efficient way.
Yeah. I did a whole video once about how adversity leads to growth, and that's basically exactly what it is. It's a chance to make yourself better.
Yeah.
Boogie Woogie Barbecue said, remember when we were doing the blindness is questions?
Yeah.
A couple people wrote what they thought blindness is. Boogie Woogie Barbecue said blindness is not for the weak. And Yuki with RP wrote blindness is a gift.
There you go.
Hey Yuki, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are some kind of the more recent things that people have been writing, or in the last little bit. Do we? Yeah, Sam, should we share a few of the things we found?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Okay, I'm gonna not read ones that are very, very similar to what you found.
Okay.
There's just a few that are different. So this one I think is really common. Are blind people's other senses heightened?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, go for it, Sam. I'll let you answer first.
I make fun and say yes, absolutely. We are superheroes, but it's not true. It's not like everybody thinks that your smell is so much better than mine. Your sense of smell, your sense of hearing, and it's not. It's not any better. Obviously, unless you have some kind of impairment in that area. But no, we just rely on that more than the average person. So we're in tuned with that sense more than the normal person would be, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Very well said. I mean, that's basically exactly what I would say. I've talked about this in the videos also, where I just think I'm more in tune with my hearing. Like I'm more in tune with what I hear going on around me.
Yeah.
There's actually many times that we'll be somewhere, Corey's like, "What's that noise?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. I don't hear anything." You know what I mean? So my hearing is not any better. I'm just more in tune because I rely on what I hear around me to tell me, like, is that footsteps I hear coming up behind me, or you know what I mean?
one thing with my hearing I've noticed too is that I recognize I have a much larger sound catalog in my brain, a catalog of what items, what they sound like, than I think the average person, because I can hear something and someone else will have no idea what it is, and I'll be like, oh, it's this, it clearly sounded exactly like this,
Yeah.
So in some situations there will be a loud banging noise somewhere and someone will be startled and, what was that? I was like, it's okay, it's just a branch hitting the window, it won't be startling to me because I will instantly recognize what the sound is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really good point. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
This is a can blind people comment or a question. We found, can blind people cry?
That was a weird one.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I've heard that before too. Yeah. Once again, unless you've got something going on with your tear ducts, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do blind people sleep?
How well do blind people sleep, or how do?
How do blind people sleep?
We don't.
Yeah.
Or
Well, sometimes we don't.
Yeah, right.
hanging upside down. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And let's see here. I mean, a lot of these are, do blind people get dizzy? I thought that was a little interesting. I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
visual thing usually. I mean, you get dizzy. Well, I would
Not
say,
that easily.
wouldn't you say you get more disoriented than dizzy?
Yeah. Do you find that with you, Sam? Do you get dizzy or disoriented sometimes?
I do, and I've never really thought of that, but now that I am, I wonder if there's something to that. I mean, but I would assume it was because of your equilibrium, with the fluid in your ear is what caused a lot of that. So in that case, it wouldn't have anything to do with blindness, or blindness wouldn't affect that. But then again, is it a visual thing? Because when dancers are learning how to spin, they're taught to look in one spot, and then they whip their head around and focus on that spot. Whip their head around and focus on that spot. So that's how they don't get dizzy.
Yeah.
So maybe there is something to that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We need a doctor to come on and tell us.
Well, and like, I don't know if you guys have ever done this in your, previously when you had more vision, but like those, what are they called, like in Disney World or something, where you like watch, you're like sitting in a chair and then you're watching like scene that it's like a lot of like motion and action, and sometimes the seat moves a little bit, but like not a ton, and like I get super motion sick. But if I close my eyes, then I'm not motion sick.
Yeah.
So I guess that kind of goes the opposite of dizzy. That kind of like, because some stuff I think visually can make people dizzy.
Yeah.
That's not that helpful, I guess.
No, maybe, I don't know. I think as I get older, I'm getting worse. Like I used to be able to do, nothing would make me get motion sick, but now I can't do any kind of like teacup games, rides, or any of those spinning rides. I can't even get on a trampoline and do a flip anymore without feeling a little queasy. But I think that's just old age is catching up to me.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but I do think that's kind of interesting. But I think that's an interesting question.
It was.
I have one example for that. I don't get dizzy all that often, but there's one instance that I can think of that I thought was really interesting. So actually, Corey and I were traveling. We were on a cruise and we were stopped at an island, and we were just having a beach day, and we were out in the ocean floating around on these mats, like these flat mats. So I was laying on this mat flat, and I was just staring up at the sky, and we were just floating around. But the waves were, there's a little chop in the water,
Right.
and we were laying there for a while, and for whatever reason, I thought we were spinning around in a circle. And eventually, after a little while, I said, Corey, like, we need to get off this thing. We need to stop spinning. And Corey's like, we're not spinning. Like, we're just floating here.
Yeah.
But I could swear that we were spinning around in a circle, and I was getting so dizzy. But we weren't moving at all. We were just kind of floating and just within the little chop in the water. But I thought that was so interesting because if I had vision and I had a central point to look at, like a stationary point, I wouldn't have had probably that level of dizziness.
Yeah.
But since I couldn't see anything, I literally thought we were just spinning around like in this vortex. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Well, was that Corey playing a prank on you again when she was?
Yeah, probably was.
No, there is something to that though, because they say, for seasickness, you're supposed to look out at the horizon and kind of focus on the horizon. So there must be something to it.
Yeah. Another thing that I noticed about Matt, I don't know if this is how you are too. And again, I'm thinking of it honestly if we're riding like a ride, but sometimes he won't know if the ride is moving forward or backwards. Like in
Wow.
like a car, sometimes you'll do that too. Like you won't be able to tell if we're driving forward or backwards.
Here's the perfect sensation. You get on an airplane and you're at the gate, and they push back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know that sensation you get, you can't tell which direction you're moving. Get to that. I
Yeah.
have that sometimes. Get it like on a ride or something. When I'm
Yeah.
the vehicle.
That makes sense. Yeah, you just know you're moving, but you don't know which direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like the rest of these we've kind of hit, but we'll say one more maybe. How do blind people write?
Ah,
I actually honestly don't think this is the craziest one I've heard.
no. Once again, it's like the other ones. How do people use the internet or read? It's just, I guess, people are just curious. So lots of different ways. Lots of ways to write when you can't see. Yeah. Of course, with a computer or some kind of technology, text to speech, Braille, very, very bad handwriting.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. This is an ignorant question that I'm gonna ask, but I'm a sighted person, and I guess I can be that person right now.
All right.
If you've never had vision, do you learn how to write like me? Or do you type? Like, you learn spelling, obviously, but like, do you learn how to write in like normal handwriting? Is that like a thing, or is that not a thing that's taught? Or is that a dumb question? Do you guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not a dumb question. No, you learn the alphabet. Obviously, you learn how to write all the letters. You mainly focus on things that you're going to be asked to write, like your name, sign your name.
Okay.
But you don't. I imagine you probably do try and learn how to write sentences and things like that. But it's really. I was told that if someone is born blind, it's impossible for them to learn how to read, to learn language and all of that without Braille.
Okay.
Now that's what I was told. I don't know for sure if there's anybody in here that was born blind. Maybe they can corroborate or not. But yeah, my experience, totally blind people who are born that way, they only ever have to write their name, and it's a very simple Sam. It's not a cursive signature or anything like that. It's very simple. Yeah.
Because I was just feeling like writing is such a visual task, like physically like reading what you've written.
Right.
But I feel like it would be really challenging to teach somebody without vision how to physically write.
Yeah.
Like a ton. I mean, I think typing's a little different because there's a lot of motor movement in that, and like,
Yeah.
I guess you do like your voice to speech, sentence structure, and like spelling, obviously. But people in the theater not making me feel bad. They think that it was a good question.
No,
So,
it was. Yeah, absolutely.
but I don't know that people have answers.
Yeah.
They don't have answers, but they didn't think it was crazy. So sometimes I think about like it's interesting.
No, it's like we said before. It's just people are curious. So no bad questions here except for some of those other ones we read. But
Yeah.
no, but I really think I think they focus on Braille when they're young. That's the only way. And then later on, typing comes into play with a screen reader or something. But it's Braille using a Brailler, or the Braille and the stylus. What is it called? A Braille pad and the stylus pen that they can manually punch the Braille holes into paper.
Okay.
That's how they learn when they're little kids, and then they, work their way up. So.
The nerdy lady said that maybe guide their hands to feel tactile shapes of letters. I've actually, now that she's saying that makes a lot of sense. Like, if you use like little wax, they're called like shape of a C or an S or a T or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you can kind of get the feel of the letter. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, if you think of baby blocks, those little blocks of wood that are the alphabets.
Oh, yeah.
It's a raised. Is it emboss? Is emboss raised or I forget? But yeah. So they can use things like that to get the feel of what the shape of the letter is,
Right.
and then practice writing and things like that.
Okay.
I mean, even for us as kids, I feel like we even did that with. I mean, just thinking back to like the little alphabetical magnet set that's stuck on the fridge.
Exactly.
I mean, that gives us a chance to feel exactly, not only see the letters, but feel exactly what each letter feels like.
Yeah.
So I feel like even as sighted kids, that I remember I did that.
I think that is a big thing for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All kids. They're called wiki sticks, Audrey Sims said. So thank you, Audrey, because that is the word I was looking for. Those little wax sticks are called wiki sticks. And Alan Sayasa said that Alan was born blind, but did not give. Oh, and then said dictation is really hard if this message has any mistakes. Oh, that's fine. That's totally fine. We just are curious. And then Kim Lackey said that she had a friend who learned how to write cursive using tactile letters. So I do think that tactile seems to be kind of the thing that people are saying.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I guess that, I don't know, that is like an interesting thing you don't think about. I know one of the things like with Matt, Matt writes still, like he mostly types, but he'll like write me notes or like write notes on the tape, write notes and stuff. And I'm used to his writing the way it looks, and I think, because this is all I know of him, this is just what I'm used to. And a couple of, months ago, he was using a notebook, like an old notebook, and he had written, like he had taken notes when he was in college in that notebook, and it was his writing from before he lost his vision, and it was actually kind of interesting because it was really nice looking.
Compared to what it is now.
Like, I mean, and I know this isn't what this is about, so I'm going to like stop talking, but it was a little bit like, it was one of the only things that like I really was like, wow, it was a little bit sad. It was like, oh, like this is just a thing that used to be how it was, and now it's a little different. And usually I don't think about that back, like how it was and how it is, but it was just such an obvious thing. It was like, well, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Actually, what's interesting is all these questions that we have compiled here on these 3 sheets. I actually hand wrote all of those out when I wrote them. But the deal is, like, I can't see what I'm writing, but I know what I'm trying to put down on paper, and I know, from 27, 8 years, whatever, that I could see my handwriting. I know what it looks like. So as I'm writing, I know what to write out, like how to write and everything like that. But even though I can't see it, I just do my best and figure, okay, she should be able to read this. And most of the time she can, but there are definitely instances where she's like, okay, it says blank, 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 and then I don't know what this word is. And usually I can remember and help her out what the word should be.
Yeah, and usually it's just if I have no idea where he's going.
Yeah. Right.
Do you, Matt, do you use a writing guide of any kind, or?
No, just a blank piece of paper, and I just space quite a bit between each line.
Gotcha. Do you use like a Sharpie or just a regular pen, or?
It's funny you say that because I always prefer to use a thick black marker.
Mm-hmm.
That's just and the reason for that is, back in the day when I could still see it, that's the only way that only way that I actually could see my writing.
Yeah.
Is with a big thick marker like that. But now when I wrote all these little these questions, I actually used a pen, which was actually really hard for me to do because I wanted to grab that marker.
And for me, it's way easier for me to read when it's non-inch marker.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. Any kind of birthday or anniversary card my wife gets, it's this giant black message down at the bottom, and I never have enough room to write everything I want to because it's written so big. Well, cool. All right.
Yeah, I think that's about all that we have, though. Like ours are all very similar, otherwise, to what we've brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if anybody has any questions or anything you want to talk about, just let us know.
I think it was definitely an interesting discussion with all these different questions, and just looking through what people may Google as far as what they're curious about learning about blind people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and there were some odd ones that I purposely left out that just like, what? That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. JC Productions, this person's name is, said right now I'm building an accessible 3D printer with a person in the industry so I can start working for the visually impaired true text to speech. And he's using Marlin firmware on the printer as well as I'm using an Adrenal IDE as a controller. And he just wanted us to like let people know. That's kind of interesting.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
he probably knows, but 3D printers have been fantastic for VIPs. There's companies that you can send in a picture and they will 3D print the picture so that it's raised up, and tactile, and so you'll get your picture back or you'll get your 3D print back and you'll be able to feel the picture, like lots of things like that. It's pretty cool. Like I heard somebody did some guy's daughter was pregnant and they got the ultrasound back, and so he had the ultrasound 3D printed so that he could feel the picture of the baby.
That's cool. I've heard of that. I didn't know how that was done because I've heard of 3D ultrasound, where you can like feel it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that was a 3D printer. That's really cool.
Yeah. Another story I heard about them 3D printing some of the great masterpiece art masterpieces, like the Mona Lisa and these types of things, so that visually impaired people can actually feel it and know what it is, what it looks like.
That's cool.
Yeah.
As a sidebar to that, something like you said about art, we have not, Matt and I haven't done this, but somebody told me about this recently. At an art museum near our house, we have like big sculptures of different stuff. Like we live in Minnesota, so we've got like the cherry and the spoon and whatever. And apparently you can go on like a visually impaired like walking tour. So we would just tell them like that Matt's blind, and then they give us a bag apparently with like a backpack with like little things in it, and they're little versions of the sculptures. Wow. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that.
Oh, cool.
You can get like little versions of the sculptures so that you can like feel what we're seeing. And I thought that was like the coolest thing I've ever heard, but I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
That would be a fun thing to do when it's all over.
Yeah.
Like, we can go out again.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I foresee an on-location video, Blind to Billionaire video.
That'd be a really good video.
It would, yeah.
That'd be cool.
A remote.
Yeah.
Yeah, they I tweeted about that recently, that the Library of Congress will let you do that, but they'll let you actually touch the things without fear of being tackled by a security guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that. I went to in New York. We were at the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, and I've got video of this. I was using the iris vision to see the Starry Night painting, and
Oh, cool.
there was this crowd of people around. My son was filming me, and there was a security guard standing right next to it, like a foot away from the painting, just making sure nobody got too close. And I got really close, and I'm like, they've got a little rope on the ground. I'm not passing the rope, but I'm gonna get as close as I need to get, And my son was like, afterwards, he's like, man, that guy was eyeballing you hard. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, but I wasn't gonna touch it, but I'm gonna get close enough that I need to in order to see it, That would have been funny though if he had, sir, you're gonna have to step back.
Right.
But I can't see it.
I have one more thing maybe to add that somebody asked, and I thought this was kind of funny, so I did it real quick. Tani Williams said, "Did you Google the Blind Life or Blind to Billionaire?" So I just Googled your names on Google.
Okay, this
So
would be interesting.
So when I Googled the Blind Life, it came up the Blind Life, which it might be a movie. I think that it's like the picture for The Blind Side, that movie. That's not you.
Yeah.
And it says The Blind Life Sam, and then it says The Blind Life Amazon, The Blind Life videos on YouTube, The Blind Life YouTube channel, The Blind Life Iris Vision, and The Blind Life blog.
Wow.
So that's what came about you. And for Blind to Billionaire, it just came up Blind to Billionaire Matt, and Blind to Billionaire Wattpad. I don't know what that is. I hope it's not something bad. I was going to actually click on it to make sure it's something bad. It's like, he's a criminal. Like, I didn't know.
that's funny.
Yeah, so those are the things that came up when we Googled your guys' specific names.
Okay.
So,
If you see any more comments from that Tawny Williams lady, don't just ignore her. She's not supposed to be in here. She's a stalker.
oh, really?
No, I'm kidding. She's my sister.
I was like, oh, shoot.
No, just kidding. Thank you very much, Tawny, for supporting me.
One more question for people. Blind Toes was wondering if the no jab cane is worth the price.
Yeah, but you guys want to touch on that? You've got one, and I don't.
Yeah, we just started. Matt, you just started using it. Sam, you've been using it way longer.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can't give all that much of a review quite yet. I've only used it outside of the house one time so far.
Yeah.
So I feel like before I can truthfully answer that question, I really need to go out with it more. Just for a variety of reasons, I haven't gone out with it, or any cane, I should say.
Yeah, it's been kind of icky
Just
outside.
a lot of different reasons. What's going on, and just kind of gross outside. But I feel like I can't answer that until I really give it a true review here. Hopefully this coming week, I'll be able to get out with it much more.
Yeah. Well, and you don't want to ruin. You want everybody to watch the video if they want to get your get your opinion on it. Yeah. For me, I could say that I haven't had any negative experiences with it. It's it does what it's supposed to do. It's still very what I want to say, not reactive, but you can still feel obstacles. You can tell different changes in terrain and all that. It doesn't affect that at all. It's a little heavier than your standard cane. Somebody might, that might bother somebody. But it also has a longer handle, so you can kind of choke up and brace the handle underneath your forearm to help with that. And then it keeps you from stabbing yourself in the stomach. So I personally think it is. But as I say with everything, you look at all the information and try and make a decision based on your own needs and wants and all that. But I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I would definitely agree with you. It is a very sturdy cane. It's heavier than the cane that I use, but it also has, the thing is sturdy, that is for sure.
Yeah.
The handle is really comfortable. It's a nice, golf grip handle, which I really like.
Yeah.
And I love how it's spring-loaded like that. There's been the few times the one time that I was out with it, I had it jigged up a couple times, and it's like, rather than coming back on me, it just compressed exactly how it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and talking about sturdy, I ran over with a car, and it didn't deform at all. It cracked the way it was supposed to and absorbed the impact and stayed perfectly straight and everything. So it's definitely well built. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's actually funny. I was talking to John on the phone about it. He said, "Run it over."
He
said, "Yeah, don't run the joints over, but just run over the cane, right over the." He's like, "You'll be fine."
He's like,
"All right,
all right, calm down, John. Stop telling me to run over stuff with my car. Calm down." He's a super nice guy too.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Do you have more questions in there?
I don't think so.
All right.
Actually, Will Rainey wanted to know, can blind people farm? He's asked it a few times.
I think farm. I think that's just like anything else. You're gonna have to find your way of doing it. I'm not a farmer, so I don't know what is all involved with that. I can guess and get a pretty good idea, but I think it's just like anything else. You got to find the systems that work well for you to do what you need to do and make it work. If you're determined, I don't see why not.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think, if you used to be a farmer, if you used to do something, I think you can probably think of really good adaptive things, but also if you have a local blind agency that you can say to them, farming is something that I really want to be able to do. What tools can you suggest to me to get me there? Don't you think, Matt?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know, our state service for the blind, if you came with a question like that, I think they'd be really excited for you to come up with an idea that you wanted to do.
Yeah. And again, just like Sam was saying, I feel like you can adapt and do basically anything. I think one caveat to that would be, if you are a farmer right now and you've lost your vision, easier just because you already know like the parameters of farming. And again, I would also like to know, are you talking like big commercial farming, like you're planting a field of 500 acres and then you plan on going out to pick your field at some point? Or are we talking like a half-acre garden in your backyard? You know, but at the end of the day, like what Sam said, I think with any or you can just adapt. You can adapt and just basically do whatever you need to do. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we can do still just about anything we need to.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a smaller farm, like you said, would definitely be doable because you just be very hands-on. You'd have hands on the plants, all the time, checking to see what's going on, feeling the ground for weeds, things like that. I don't see why not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Squeeze the tomatoes to see if they're ripe or not.
Yeah. Or you could even use an app on the phone that tells you the color, so you can just point your app right in your phone right at the tomato and it would say green. And you know it's not ripe for you.
There you go.
Smell certain things, if they're right by the smell.
Yeah, and farmers also judge things by the time of year and all that. If you plant squash, whatever it is, 2.5 months later, it's supposed to be ready. Then you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things like squash or cucumbers, things like that, you can just tell by the feel.
Right.
Not by the feel, but like by the size of it. Like an acorn squash is typically about this big. A cucumber should be about this big. So I feel like for those reasons, you could easily have a little garden or some type of farm.
Yeah, and you could even do it indoors if you didn't want to go full on out in the yard. You could have a little container garden.
Yeah.
And he said that anyway, there's just a lot of comments about all this. A lot of people are being very encouraging that that's something that he could probably do. But I would say that it's something that I don't think he started yet, and I would just really strongly recommend, this is just me, from my YouTube video, like being on a YouTube video perspective, is I would talk to your local blind chapter and have them discuss with you the adaptations that you need. That's all. That's what I think the safest route would be.
Yeah.
If it's something you haven't done, that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Thinking of like a big farming operation, so let's say you're someone who is blind and you have this big operation where you need to go out and plant like a 500-acre field. Well, you might think, well, I can't drive a tractor. And it's like, well, I would disagree. Yes, you can drive a tractor, but maybe the difference is maybe someone rides in the cab with you who's sighted and basically just tells you what to do. Like, okay, drive straight for 300 feet, and then we're going to curve to the left by 80 degrees. So, I don't know, you could still operate and do everything you need to. You just have a sighted guide basically telling you where to drive it. But otherwise, you know the controls of your machine.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just ask for help.
Yeah.
And I think that's good.
Right.
And maybe we'll have driverless tractors soon.
Maybe.
Actually, you know what? I think they already have those.
Oh yeah.
That's
Hey,
interesting. Yeah.
they could do like by satellite maybe or
Yeah, I think what they do is
GPS.
It's like by GPS they have a whole plot of the field all plotted out like in this GPS, and then the tractor just goes out and based on the GPS coordinates and the plot on the map, it can cut or it can plant or pick an entire field just autonomously.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
You could do it all from the comfort of your easy chair.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have questions?
I don't think so. I don't see more questions right off the bat. Mostly people are being encouraging about farming and about how to find the right. Okay, Zara Pelfrey says, does TalkBack read the comments in the chat line? Because mine isn't, just curious. So she has a question, she actually maybe asked that before too, about TalkBack. I don't honestly know about this stuff, but does TalkBack read in the comments in the chat?
Knowing TalkBack, it probably doesn't. The thing is so hit or miss sometimes. It's like it won't read Facebook comments. It won't read Facebook Messenger comments. So knowing it probably doesn't. If it's not doing it on yours, then it probably doesn't. I don't have mine, or I would check for you. But yeah.
Yeah. If you're an iPhone user, I know that VoiceOver does because that's how I do it. So VoiceOver will for me, like in the little chat box. But the deal is, if I want to use dictation to write a message, I can tap on dictation, but then the problem with that is it pauses the video, so I can't hear what's going on. But yet, as soon as I'm done talking and dictation, then it goes back to the video. So that's interesting.
Alan put in a bunch of YouTube emojis. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
If Alan's the one that said apologize for dictation earlier, don't feel bad, man. We're all, I'm sure every visually impaired person's used to dictation screwing up what you say.
Yep.
That's very common.
Yep.
No need to apologize about that.
Yeah, never need to apologize about that, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The Checkered Eye Project said, has anyone asked you about the red on white canes?
Yeah, we've talked about that before. I believe the story I understand is that it was originally, so the cane was originally made white because it's high contrast and the easiest color, the best contrast color to see for cars and things like that. But then in the wintertime and snow, it wasn't. So they added in the red. Here in the States, anyways, I should preface that by saying that, you know, that's why they added in the red. In European countries, the red actually indicates someone with a hearing impairment as well as a vision impairment.
Oh,
That's what I've been told. Once again, check your sources and all that. That's what I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why, really expanding on that, that's why it's okay to have a cane that doesn't have a red stripe. It doesn't necessarily not mean a visually impaired cane if it doesn't have the red, because in Europe, most of them don't have the red.
Okay.
That's, actually, I've kind of thought that when Matt's gotten like free canes from NFB,
Yeah.
They don't have a red stripe, and I'll kind of think, what the heck?
Yeah.
Because I just didn't know, but now it makes more sense. I thought this was like, a blind cane, which I know you're supposed to say it,
Right.
but that makes sense now.
Yeah. And that kind of leads into the whole discussion about people getting multicolored canes, and nowadays you can get, you can get camouflage cane if you want nowadays. And so that there's a debate there whether if that's the right thing to do, because it kind of, the perception is a white cane is for vision impairment, or a white and red cane. So if it's another color, are people going to recognize it for what it is, and is that going to be a hindrance in some way? So I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting one.
That'll debate for another time, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
The Checkered Eye Project said that 2 red stripes means deaf, blind in Europe.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
So that's cool.
Thank you, Libby.
Okay.
I think that's
I don't think I'm getting more questions.
okay.
I don't think. At this time.
Well, we're almost an hour and a half, so we could probably go ahead and wrap it up. We're not doing a whole 12-hour stream like you guys did.
Yeah.
Incidentally, yeah. If you guys didn't see that, head on over to Blind To Billionaire's channel, and if you have some time,
Yeah, exactly.
you can watch their stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always funny because people who comment on that, I say, you know the drill. If you start the video, you need to finish it.
Yeah.
That's right. Did you guys enjoy that? You think it was an overall pleasant experience?
It was a lot of fun, yeah. That was a really good time.
I would say I'm just totally honestly, I was not looking forward to it because I thought this is just too much of our day. I mean, I'm just going to be honest.
Oh yeah.
But I would say that when it was going and afterwards, I thought it was so fun. It was a lot to me to get to spend time with people and really get to know people better. It was really, really fun.
Actually, later that night, I don't know what we were doing, but Corey's sitting there and she's crying, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
what? Like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't know, it was just so special. I had just such nice connections with all those people. I feel like they're just part of our house now.
Aw.
So special connection that we had.
Yeah, it was actually a little bit more emotional than I expected.
Yeah, because it's like
really meaningful.
Like 12 hours. We were
Yeah.
Plus, during this time, it's a little bit harder, just in general for people. I think it was just it was cool to get feedback that it really did take people out of their current situations.
Yeah.
And gave them something else to do. It was really fun.
And not only that, Sam, I don't know if you, well, yeah, you were one of the calls.
Yeah.
But later in the day, we transitioned. We actually canceled some of the activities we had planned and just transitioned strictly into making calls to people.
Yeah.
And man, we had some really, really good conversations and connections with people. Like that was really powerful, I would say.
It was cool.
It was really fun.
Yeah, I saw some of those. Those were great.
Yeah.
It was a neat day.
Yeah.
But it was a long day. But it was a neat day.
Well, that's what I said to Matt at a couple days before. I was like, "Are you sure you want to do that, man?" I said, "That's like having relatives come to stay and you have to entertain them all day long. There's no getting away from them."
It was funny because like after it was over, and we had like for sure we knew we weren't being filmed anymore. Like every so often, like we'd be like, "Are we being?
Can they hear us?
Like, can they hear us?"
Yeah.
It was like, "Can I say it? Like, something to you that's personal?" And it's like I just want to make sure that we're not being filmed still somehow.
Well, that kind of begs the question: did you guys ever forget during that process? And Matt's over in the background scratching his butt or something, and
That may have happened.
Well, actually, the camera went out, so then we could do whatever we wanted. We just had to keep talking.
Oh, that's right. I remember that part. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa B did a super chat.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you very much, Lisa.
So that's really cool. But yeah, it was really fun. A different experience.
Yeah.
Lisa's little icon. I don't know what that is, if that's an animal, but it's pretty cute.
It is. You know what? I've been looking at it. I looked at it all day on Sunday, last Sunday too, and it's really cute. I always just imagine that's what she looks like. Just like super cute.
Close up, it looks like maybe a mouse or a hedgehog, or not a hedgehog, but a guinea pig or something. Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Like a little face.
Yeah. Well, either way, thank you very much, Lisa. Okay, guys. Well, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Big thank you to everyone for tuning in and, like they said, forgetting about life for a while with us. Really appreciate that. Do you guys, Matt and Corey, you guys want to give a shout out for your channel in case there's anyone in here that doesn't know anything about it?
Yeah, I think reading through the comments, I think a lot of people here we know, but for anyone who's new, I mean, you probably heard it, but yeah, our channel is Blind To Billionaire on YouTube. We just have, I don't know, a lot of videos. I think almost 400 videos over there now, and we just recreate. Well, we upload Mondays and Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays, but we talk a lot about just different, like a lot of the different common questions, situations that people who are blind or visually impaired encounter. I don't know. We feel like we have a lot of interesting videos over there. We answer a lot of questions. We connect with everybody through the chats and through the comment section. But yeah, we're always trying to figure out something new. We're always trying to add value in any way we can to just answer questions and help educate people about blindness or visual impairment.
And we also really, really like to connect with you guys.
Yeah,
it's like
we love
a huge thing for us.
Yeah.
If you write a comment, Matt will answer it. So.
Every time.
Yep. That's our thing. That's Matt's thing.
Yeah. Matt's got some great videos too. I mean, it's things that you talk about ADA and the government, and you talked about taxes and how that applies to the visually impaired. So a lot of good information. There's my dog again. Apparently, a leaf fell out of a tree or something. Willow, come here. Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. This is Willow, everybody. She doesn't like to be picked up, but say hi to the camera. She's a Dachshund Jack Russell mix, and she's pure white with a black patch over one of her ears. So she looks a lot like the old RC dog or RCA dog, or maybe the dog from Little Rascals. She looks a lot like those types. Petey, right? Was that his name, Petey? I don't know. That's
I
long,
don't know. I don't know.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, yeah, let's wrap it up. Thank you very much, Matt and Corey, for joining me today. I forget that I'm the host, and I actually need to do this myself. So I was like, is this just going to stop at some point? Or okay, I got to do it. Once again, thank you everybody for joining us. Yeah, if you're new to my channel, same thing, like Matt said, you know, videos about living life with vision impairments, tips and tricks, all of that. A lot of assistive technology. Definitely come back, check it out. As you saw earlier, I'm easy to find through Google. But yeah, okay, let's see if I'm going to try and figure out how to turn it off. How to end the stream. I think it's this button right here. So hopefully this works. Thank you guys. Sam with the Blind Life. Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
No, it was fun. It was fun. We'll do it again, definitely.
Definitely.
Great. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Bye, guys. See you soon.
All right, see you later.